graphing myself.
All right, Coach, you've been saying all year that the team just has not played well enough defensively to overcome a tough night offensively. Tough one tonight is you only allowed 101 points on the road, and the shots just weren't falling tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we were just, listen, it's frustrating because we're starting to get better defensive effort. Tonight we were real good, and now we have our worst offensive game in 2 months. I mean, it's frustrating.
I thought the second chance opportunities for Portland was a big factor in this one as well. They only had 4 offensive rebounds 2 nights ago, and tonight they had 14 and had 21 points, and Cantor had a big part in that early in the ballgame. He really established it.
Well, it was because of, again, like all of that stuff, that's all Damian Lillard, all. So he lights us up in the first quarter, and so now we've got to extend our defense farther on Lillard. Cantor's behind us, and we couldn't handle him on the glass. So, you know, it's a pick your poison thing. I mean, we were able to contain Lillard a little bit better, but then Cantor hurt us, and then they had 2 really big dagger threes down the end with Covington and Derrick Jones Jr. So, you know, I mean, it just, again, it's the same thing that's happened to us the other way around, offense, defense before. When you're struggling that much offensively, your defense has to be damn near perfect, and it wasn't. I mean, we couldn't get the ball in the basket at all tonight. Our guards in particular really struggled to shoot the ball. They had the defense packed in, and they just stayed in there because they didn't worry. Even when our guards slipped out of pick and rolls and were wide open on the wings, they just let them go. So it was tough. I mean, I thought their defense was good. I thought their game plan was good, but I thought we had plenty of good looks to win that game, and we just couldn't get it done.
Stan, Christian Clark here. Firstly, I mean, it sounds like you just thought offensively. I mean, it just comes down mostly to hitting those outside shots when the defense was collapsed.
Well, no, I'm not going to say all that. I mean, I think that our ball movement needed to be better to make them move. But the bottom line is yes, I do think we had enough makeable threes, plenty of them, to win the game. And granted, listen, Christian, I'm sure Terry Stotts said, well, they had plenty of threes they could have made to open up the lead. So it goes both ways. But we didn't make enough shots. And we didn't play well enough offensively. We just didn't.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, I mean, Blood has kind of been going through it for 2 weeks here. I mean, is there anything in his approach he could be doing differently? Do you think he just has to stay the course? What are you seeing there?
Well, I think his approach has been good and professional. That guy's really busting his ass defensively. I mean, he's working. He's playing hard. He's trying to attack. He's struggling shooting the ball, no question about it. But it's not like his approach. It's certainly not like he's playing casual or anything else. I mean, guys go through it, and unfortunately tonight it seemed like we had all of our guards going through it on the same night. That doesn't work well. You'd like to be able to find a guy, but we struggled.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple times this year you like to stick with that starting unit in fourth quarter situations. But with Bledsoe's struggles, has it been hard to fight whether you leave him in there, whether you put Josh Hart in there? I guess, how are you viewing that?
Well, but if you look at, again, with our starting guards tonight, you know, we were even with one of them and +8 with the other. So that's when we were good. You know, our bench was where the bigger problem was tonight. And I'm not knocking those guys, but we were at our best playing our starters tonight. So tonight really wasn't a tough decision, to be quite honest. It wasn't like somebody was playing so well off the bench. I mean, the other night, taking Nikhil out after he'd played 12 straight minutes, maybe I could have left him in then. But tonight, I mean, there wasn't like somebody off the bench playing great that, you know, I felt like, oh, damn, we should stick with this guy. I wasn't pissed off at him either, but our starting lineup was clearly the better lineup tonight.
And just in general, what do you think you got to do just to get more production from your guards?
I mean, I think it helps them when our pace is up. It wasn't tonight. I think it helps them when we're moving side to side. I think it helps them when Brandon and Zion are drawing attention and kicking the ball out and we're getting ball movement. I didn't think our ball movement was good tonight either. I just didn't. I thought guys were really trying to attack and make plays, but it ended up, in trying to do it off one pass and stuff. But I think our guards are fine, but we've got to get more pace and ball movement to be able to play.
I mean, after that first quarter, you guys were able to hold Dame, relatively in check. What did you like about your team defense on him over those last 3 quarters?
I thought we played really, really hard. I did, and I thought our rotations were good. I thought guys made great effort. But again, the rebounding hurt us. So, I mean, that's. But again, it wasn't we can talk. Yeah, they made some plays and Cantor's rebounds. We can't take everything away. Bottom line is, they're the 5th or 6th best offensive team in the league, and they had 101 points. A problem wasn't at the defensive end tonight.
Stan, you guys are tied for 11th now in the West. You've coached on teams that haven't been great before or anything like that, but does it seem on some level that this team just seems like they should be better than their record is, or does it feel like it's an accurate reflection of where you guys are at? I know the record is the record, etc., but just from a talent perspective and from how you guys have played a lot of nights, does it feel like you guys are where you think you should be right now?
Well, we're not where we want to be. As far as where we should be, I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys are the analysts. I'm just coaching, and we're just trying to get better. So I don't think in those terms. That's not how you think when you're coaching. I mean, so you guys are welcome to have that analysis, make that analysis, whatever you think. We're not where we want to be. Certainly on some nights we look like we're better than that. On other nights we don't. I mean, listen, everybody plays good games. When you're good is when you can do it consistently night after night after night. It's not what you do on your best night. I mean, we get 30 teams out there who will all play really good games this year. So it's who can do it night after night and who can do it when it doesn't have to be their best game and where they're not lighting it up, shooting the ball, and can still find a way to win. So as far as, should we be better and all that, that's totally up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Zion, an outside shooting night for you guys as a team. Did it feel like to you, they were really bunching in the paint as that game wore on?
Wait, repeat the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, an off outside shooting night for you guys as a team. Did it feel like the Trail Blazers were really able to pack the paint as the game wore on there?
I think it was about the same from the previous game. I think it was just their initial look. Like they look like sometimes they start off in the zone, but then they branch off the man. Coach always tells us no matter what set there, and we still gotta run our play. But yeah, it was just the off shooting night. I mean, it happens. I feel like we played hard. I feel like we had a lot of good defensive stops, but it was just the off night offensively.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks here where Bledsoe's kind of struggled with his shot. I guess, what are you guys saying to him to help him get back on track?
We're in his ear about just stay aggressive and we trust him to shoot it. At the same time, Bled's been in the league I think like 10 plus years. Not exactly sure. So he's probably had a stint where he didn't shoot too well. So it's not like he hasn't been there before. And Bled's not gonna pass up open shots. And it's not hard. Bled, I've never seen Bled get down. If he gets down, it's because, he felt like he could have got a stop, and he didn't. I think he's a great leader. So as far as him not shooting too well, I guess, over the past few games, you know, it's not a big deal for us. We just, because we know he's just going to help the team in other ways.
You mentioned the defense tonight. What did you think that you guys did better in terms of just showing some progress at the end of the floor? Was it aggressiveness? Was it what did you think went into that?
I think we had a lot more effort. I think our effort was consistent from last game and this game. But you know, Cantor got a few tough rebounds that was you know, big for them, and we needed those. So I mean, that's just how the game went.
Hey Zion, what have you made of kind of just the up and down nature of this season, and what do you think is going to be the key for there to be more?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question?
Yeah, saying what have you made of the up and down nature of this season in terms of wins, losses, and what do you think is going to be key for there to be more consistency?
You know, we don't get a lot of practices in, you know, due to the, you know, the new kind of schedule set up, new group of guys, new coaching staff. You know, I think we're super close. You know, I said we were close before, but I think we're even closer than when I said it, like before All-Star break. You know, I just feel like we just didn't shoot well tonight. You know, last game, you know, Dame kind of took the game over. But tonight, it was just a few small winning plays that we really need to get, and you know, they got the best of us on that one. But you know, I think we're really, if not there, I think we're almost there.
All right, thanks, Z. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
Yeah, it was good, B. What are they kind of doing the second half just to get you out of your offensive rhythm? You started off pretty hot, but then, you know, the shots just kind of stopped falling coming out of halftime.
Just seeing a lot of bodies coming off that pick and roll, but I missed some shots that I can make, but just a lot of bodies coming off the pick and roll and trying to make some plays and shoot over the top or get to the rim, but just fell short.
Hey, how frustrating is it when you guys it looks like you're turning a corner defensively, especially you know, holding Dame to up to 11 or 15 in the last three quarters, but the offense just isn't going the way it was tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's the most frustrating part, and I think if I would have made a couple shots, if I would have been there a little bit better offensively, then we would have had the margin to win this basketball game tonight. But shots didn't fall. We played really, really good on the defensive end. We got the stops that we needed. We just needed a little better execution on the offensive end just to make shots.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned you saw a lot of bodies. How congested, I guess, did it feel, you know, when you did try to drive in there or attack on the interior?
Well, you see the game. It's 2 or 3 bodies in there, but we just didn't make shots tonight. We got some good looks today. Some good kickouts on the 3-point line. I don't know what our percentage was, but we just didn't make shots today. We made some right plays, made the right plays.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks here where Bled has kind of struggled with his shot. I guess, what are you guys telling him to help him just get back into a rhythm?
Just continue to shoot. You eventually make them when you continue to shoot. Shoot them while you're open and continue to just be you. I think when he goes on the floor, he just got to be loose and just be ready to shoot. We're going to continue to feed him when he's open, and he got to be able to just step in and then continue to shoot with confidence.
You mentioned it being one of the better defensive performances by the team tonight compared to recently. What do you think are one of the things that you can take away from what you guys did defensively tonight?
Well, when we focus in on the details of the basketball game, then we're really, really good. I think the last few games that we had were good defensively, except Minnesota. But other games we were good defensively. Of course, our offense was a little bit better, but I'm still encouraged by the way we've been defensively after this break.
Yeah, last one from me, B.I. Just 17-24 after the night, you know, a couple games out of the play, and just how are you guys feeling about just where you are right now, record-wise, at this point in the season?
Well, we continue to stay in the present moment, taking it game by game. At the end of the season, we get to figure out how it measures for us to get in the playoffs, but we got to continue to stay in the present moment, look towards next game, which is Denver, and trying to figure out how we can beat them.
All right. Thanks, B. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we can go ahead and get started with Lonzo. Christian, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so I mean, is it I guess frustrating that these two games against Portland. I mean, one of them you guys played so well offensively, and the other one you played really well defensively, but you couldn't, I guess, put it together on both ends in either game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always frustrated, when we lose, no matter who we play, how we play. If we lose, it's considered a bad night in my head. So, these two were tough, just like the rest of the, 22 losses that we have. So we just got to keep pushing forward and get the next one in Denver.
Hey, it's Andrew from ESPN. How much, I guess, extra energy is it to have to defend Dame, especially when you're having to go out on pick and rolls 30, 35 feet away from the basket? Does it zap you a little bit on the other end?
I mean, Dame is Dame. He's a tough night anytime you match up with him. You try to make the shots as hard as possible. He's going to hit some tough ones. And you got to just keep playing. Dame's one of the best, guards ever played the game. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, after the night, you guys 17-24, a couple games out of the play. And just how are you feeling about where you are right now at this point in the season, considering, you're getting close here where, playoffs are going to be tight?
Yeah, I mean, we still got a chance. Nothing's over. We got a lot of games left, but we got to start turning this thing around and, start closing out these close games.
All right. Thank you, Zoe. Appreciate your time.